welcome everyone to a combat guide to give me God of War difficulty on God of War. Now I've beaten this game on God of War difficulty, give me God of War difficulty, and I had a lot of struggle with the game, especially in the beginning here. So I've decided to make a little combat guide in hopes of helping anyone who might find my strategy to be helpful, because this is a very strategic game, especially for the combat. So I decided to make a little guide here and hopefully help some players do better at this. Now this is the very first encounter of the game, and you just fight some basic talkers, but they pack an extreme punch. And something you should notice on God of War, give me God of War difficulty, is that every enemy in the game will level up one level past the level they start at. So for the Draugrs here, they will level up to level 2. Now, what does this mean? Well, any enemy that levels up will now be impervious to getting staggered from you. So that means that enemies won't get staggered from your basic attacks, but your hard attacks will still stagger most of the smaller enemies. But it will be really difficult, and you need to hit a certain damage threshold to get them staggered. Now, the way you go about this is to focus all your attention to one enemy, because that way you will always have him in a combo, have him attacked, and that way it will keep him from leveling up. As soon as you see an enemy level up, you will need to do like a medium strong attack. In this case, throwing your axe, aiming for the headshot, will usually pull any enemy out of a level up. So the basic key to this is to focus all your energy on one enemy. I know this can be difficult when a lot of enemies are hitting you, but you need to learn how to become very good at parrying your enemies. Parrying is what you do exactly before an attack will hit you. This is gonna create a shockwave that's actually gonna pull every single enemy in the vicinity out of their animation. I just did a parry on that guy right there. Now, as soon as an enemy is down on the ground, throw your axe at him. A lot of the encounters in the beginning will be you throwing your axe at enemies, because it is the safest way to deal some damage in the beginning, because with the low health you start at, you'll only be able to take 3 hits from basic mob enemies.
What the hell? You can run through the tutorial screen? Thank you for that.
Now here we have the second encounter that you will face, and this is going to be 4 Draugrs straight up coming at you. Now as you can see, I'm very fast to kill one of them, but I take a lot of hits, so that was not exactly a clean fight. My parries helped this out, so be focusing on one enemy, maybe lock onto him. That sometimes help. I would recommend like 50-50 to lock onto enemies or not. As you can see, when they actually level up, I will need to hit them with the end of my 4-hit combo with the Leviathan Axe to actually stagger them out of it. There I hit him too late with the Leviathan Axe, and he would already have leveled up. This spawns the next wave of Draugrs, and as you can see, just keep focusing on one enemy and parry once one of the others gets close. Usually a level 2 enemy would take 2 hits and maybe stagger from one of them. Since these guys are so weak, you can stagger them even though they level up to level 2, but that quickly changes, so just be aware of that. Now I finished this encounter with throwing the Leviathan Axe. Always go for the headshots. This time I keep him staggered so he won't come at me. And then another enemy spawns for some reason that I didn't finish off. Second wave, no problem. If you go through this door right after the encounter with the Draugrs, you'll be faced up with a new type of enemy, the wolves. Just throw your Leviathan Axe and try to hit them in the head. Once you recall the Leviathan Axe, you will also do damage from behind on them. Just be careful of their jump attacks, they will very clearly indicate this. But just parry them or use your actual dodge away. Only 2 wolves here, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. when you get to the medium range away from them, I recommend just throwing the axe. These guys luckily stagger from every single axe throw you do. We have another one spawning alongside a Draugr. This fight is no problem, so this is a good point in time to actually practice on your axe throws and dodges. Good old parry into that, and I forgot to mention that if other enemies are close to your parries, the shockwave will throw them out of their animation, and this goes for big enemies and bosses as well. So this is very, very useful. Get good at parries, they will help you so much on Gimme God of War difficulty. Now just finish off this encounter, it shouldn't be any problem for you. On to the next one. Time for the first boss fight of God of War. And I must say for the record that this is one of the most annoying fights in the game, mostly because it is so long. Even when I played this game the first time on God of War, just hard difficulty, it took me a very long time to kill this guy. Now, the best way of getting around this is to throw your Leviathan axe, try to get those headshots with it, it does a little bit more damage. Then have Atreus shoot at him with the bow as soon as he turns his attention towards you. This way you can go in and get a quick little 4-hit combo with the Leviathan axe. Now note that you can actually block his attacks, but you cannot parry them. I do not recommend this because any attack that hits you will take a large amount of your health that you just saw there. There's one health potion in this area, so you need to do this without getting hit 3 times. 3 hits is all you can take from this bad boy. Now, keep your distance to him, have Atreus shoot him with the bow, have Atreus gather his aggro, and then be very careful with what combos he does. He can do 3 different combos. The one when he swings the big ass, yeah, I don't know what that is really. Just a big hunk of concrete, I guess. So keep your distance, throw the axe. Atreus get his attention. But when he does like a 6 swing combo, he's gonna do this one right here. Keep your distance to him because he can actually hit you with that while flailing. Once you have a chance, when he tires himself out, go in for a quick hit or 2. Now rinse and repeat, and he actually has a double swing combo. I believe it's the one he's doing right here. When he does a little pause there to throw you out, instead of knocking it into the ground, he continues the combo. Just be patient, keep your distance to it, and wait for the perfect opportunity, and you'll get him down. It takes a long ass time, but it is the way to do it. Now, with this combat guide, I will be covering most of the encounters in the game. All of them in the beginning until you actually start to level up and get some good skills that you can utilize in combat. Next time we'll be talking a little bit about the skill points on which to allocate them in the beginning of the game here. I recommend that you loot as much as you can, find as much extra HP and as much hack silver as you can, because on God of War mode you get a lot less XP and hack silver from all the sources you can. So be very careful where you actually put your skill points and try and get as much XP and hack silver as you can. We'll go over the skill points next time, but I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comment section if you find this helpful. Now I'll be back with the next episode where we're gonna cover the next encounters. Thank you for watching.